left over from smash painting, and I use these to paint bigger pieces. So I gotta do some of these to make them a little bit more interesting, because right now they're kind of blah. So let's have fun. Hey everyone. Okay, smash painting for these little guys. These are like, what, little 4x4 paintings? But I use these on a bigger canvas where I had, let's pretend this is a big canvas and I had a little canvas on top and I smooshed it down and I kind of used it as a paintbrush. So these were the paintbrushes. But basically I've got these little canvases that are left over and, you know, not super excited with them. So let's see what else we can do with it and further along the smashing. So I've got some leftover resin, and it's from when I did some trays. So I've got a lot of bling kind of colors going. Well, not really colors. They're more like glitters. Like I've got some halo and some iridescence and stuff like that. But I've also got some glow in the dark glitter, basically. And I've got this really neat blue and some white. So I figured definitely some white and blue on here. And then we'll just kind of wing it and see how it goes. All right, so the first step is I'm gonna put some clear on here and some clear on the other one. And I'm kind of zoomed in, so you might not see me do the second one as much, but you'll get to see the first one. I'm actually thinking about pulling back and zooming in a little bit more. Let me do that. Because I got visions of me sticking the whole painting in the camera, which one day is going to happen, I'm sure, but is not going to be today. My hubby will not be happy with me if I do that. Let's see if I can zoom out. Bear with me a little bit. So basically just pulling out so that it is out of the way. Okay. And then I'm going to zoom in. Well, let me scooch in just a little bit more. There we go. So we're nice and centered. Okay. Heat this both up. Just so I can spread it around. This is to give the color somewhere to flow on. It makes it a little easier. So I'm using my Stone Coat Art Coat resin, my go-to resin, and I love it because it has a really long working time. Hence, I'm able to do some extra projects with the leftover resin. And somehow, I never seem to get the numbers right. It's not that I can't figure out the numbers. I think somehow psychologically in the back of my mind, I want to play more, so I end up mixing way more than I need. I think that's what it is. So, clean off my hands. Okay, let go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of white down. It's still going to show the pink in some areas here, so I'm not worried about that. But what it does is this has some of the Stone Coat base tint to it. So the colors, when they go over it, will sell up. We're just going to do a little bit of a puddle, and I'm going to do a little bit of a puddle on both of them. So I'm kind of mirroring some of this. All right, I'm going to do blue first. All right, let's see now. What should we do? I'm going to do some of this. I have a personal favorite as far as, look at that. This is interference stuff, and I just love the way it behaves. I have a soft spot for that stuff. All right. And I'm going to add some of the silver in here. And this is a little bit of halo and a little bit of Color Obsession silver. I don't remember what the number is, but I'll have a photo at the end of this that has all the colors I use. So let's see. Should I do anything else? What the heck? This is some of the glow in the dark stuff. All right, a little hit of heat. Now I'm wondering, because I added so much color to it, whether there's going to be any pink left over. Okay. Let's smush them together. And I'm going to put pressure downward and twist a little bit. Okay, you see it start to ooze out the sides here? Okay. Let me see if I can back up a little bit. Hey. Okay. So now I'm going to pull it out in a diagonal direction. I'm going to get my claws in here. Nope. And we're going to try again. That's the cool thing about this. All right. That looks a little bit more interesting. All right. Let's see if I can. Nope, I think I'm almost zoomed out all the way. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a couple lines of silver and play with the lines we have in there and do the same with the other one as well. Let's see. Saw some big bubbles. So, all right. Now, if you want to work on really clean lines, either one, make sure it's starting off before you go on the canvas, or two, or a combination of all these things. What I do is I freshly dip it in, wait for it to drip a fair amount, but it's still running, and at that point move it along. Because if you want skinny lines, you may want to hesitate a little bit in the cup to get you your skinny lines. Or if you notice it's still flowing on the end of a big line, go ahead and move it back and you can get your skinny lines. All right, let me move this to my little rack here. And I'll put this guy up and add some more lines to it too. Now this is going to continue moving, and I wouldn't even be surprised if some cells developed later on. These guys always surprise me on cells. You just never know what's going to happen. Here I go talking about skinny lines and I didn't do it. Okay, another thing you can do is continue your skinny line that you started that got broken and just drag your stick on it ever so lightly. And that helps sometimes. All right, keep that up a little bit. Other one. And if you ever get some blobs on the end of it where it almost looks like a tadpole, sometimes by dragging your stick through it can help get rid of that tadpole. So that's another way of doing it. My hands are not clean enough to pick up my camera. Hang on. All right, let me bring you in for a close-up here. All right, so here we go. So it's still got some of the pink in there, which I'm really happy with, but some interesting blue. See, some cell development is already starting to happen down in here. I like the halo and the silver. That'll be interesting when it settles. All right, and here is the other one. I might go with a stick and see if I can clean out those blobs. They look a little bit too blobby for me. But don't be afraid to mix in color with your glitter. Sometimes it gets a little bit more interesting. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, but hit the bell to get notified when I put another video up. And look towards the end of the video and I'll put a picture of the colors I use. All right, later.